All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back and I'm here to stay for a little bit longer. This is our transition point in the evening, and before we transition out of a dinner, how about we thank the incredible staff who've been serving you tonight? Wonderful. So we reconvene, as I say, to take the part in the next part of the program. And I didn't carry an empty glass up here for nothing. It's a reminder, actually. I showed you the champagne look on my dress and said that one wasn't for drinking, neither was what was in your cup. The good news is you can take it home with you tonight and fill it up with anything you like. Yeah, but you're only going to have one because that's all there is per person. Unless you can steal from your neighbor, which I don't encourage. We have the chief of police in the room. We have wonderful people in the room, and I will tell you a little bit more about those awards. It was actually in 1998, no correspondence to me joining council. It was actually there just before I arrived. But the Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo implemented something called the Civic Awards Program, which I told you before a little bit about, and it was intended to honor outstanding commitment of the residents and groups within the region. My problem with it was that you had so many communities that are a part of this wonderful amalgamation that we'd just gone through, and we had so many categories that you could compete for, and we had a winner in each of these categories, but we were finding we just had small communities that didn't have a lot of nominees coming forward, and they were just as important to us as every other community, including Fort McMurray. So we put a task force together, and we said, okay, go and figure out how we can do a better job of recognizing our folks right here. So it was actually 2012, and the initiative changed from what we knew then as the multifaceted program to become the Citizen Recognition Program. And I told you earlier that I was pretty excited. I do find it to be a very special night, and it's absolutely true. Because when I talk, I talk a lot. You'll discover that tonight as well. But when I'm talking, one of the things that I'm consistent about saying is that our greatest resource is not what's in the earth, it's what's above it. And what's above it are the people. And so for this region, you are our greatest assets. And I'd like to ask you just one more time as I go through the list of nominees that we've had this year. And again, it looks like it's alphabetical by alphabet. If you wouldn't mind standing when I call your name. Yes, they're the people with the flowers, and you saw their pictures on the screen, but now I'd like you to see everybody that we're here celebrating. So Alichia Googoo, if you would stand, please. No applause. Save it to the end. There's going to be a lot of these. 23, remember? All right. I'm not sure where she stood. She's short? There she is, right over there. I've got Bill Bertschy. Bill, if you want to stand up and just give a nod to the crowd. Candace Sturgess, are you in the room, my dear? Oh, maybe the roads are a little too icy coming from Anzac. Where are you? There she is. All right. Darrel Peters. Darrel, where are you hiding there? We're only doing one half of the room tonight. They're all over here. Congratulations. David Hutchinson. Where are you, David? Actually, I should call you Dave. I'm not your mom, right? Douglas Brown. Doug, if you're in the room. Are you really? You're over there too? All right. Pretty soon we're going to get to some folks over there, I'm sure. The next name is still in the D section, Dutch and Eddie. Dutch, where are you hiding? Still on this side of the room. All right, Mr. Eric Tevely, where are you hiding? I keep looking over there, and there's no reason, because here he is on this side, too. And we've got the Filipino-Canadian Association of Fort McMurray, and that's just a few of them. The Fort McMurray Filmmakers Association, I have a feeling they're over there. I knew they would be. I also have Joanna Torguson. Joanna, where are you hiding? Oh, good, we've changed positions in the room. We're back over here. Kelli Stewart, right in front of me. Kelsey Granick, where are you? There you are. All right, next we've got Malja Najmi-Beauchamp. I can do the French easier than the rest, but she's a beautiful young lady. And did her brother pass that test? We don't know. Did he make it back to the room? We're delighted to welcome Mallaz Najmi-Beauchamp. Mallaz, if you're here and stand up. Thank you very much. Mario S. Borbon. Mario, where are you? Now I'm looking for Michelle Thorne. There she is. And Regina Oppon. Regina, there she is. Now I'm looking for Samra Ilias. There she's at the back as well. Sana Ilaki. Sana, where are you hiding? There she is in the middle. Sarah Neiman, where are you? There she is. Seville Kwan. There. Oh, I got duped. She was over there. There we are. And just a few more to go, but one more to go. And I got to tell you, it's not saving the best for last, but we're pretty close to the last. This is Tanya Daskavich, whose name I absolutely love, right in the middle of the room. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. These are the finest folks in Fort McMurray, and amongst the finest folks, we have some even finer folks that tonight will get an extra special recognition. For those of you who have joined your recipients here in the room, it's wonderful to have you here. But we know not everybody could make it into the room, and so we have been recording this event, not the spinach in your teeth from supper, just the good parts. We've actually got the cameras on. This will be recorded and available by webcast at the municipality's website. So for any friends and family who would like to see this post-event, you will be able to do just that. So in recognizing, of course, the folks that were here to receive the celebration, you don't get here without a little help, and that little help comes usually with a pen or a typeboard or a keyboard, and somebody writes up a nomination to say, you're the folks we need to recognize. So to the nominators, now's the time for the 23 nominees to thank your nominators. You can give them a hand for the work that they did to get you here too. And what I love about this event is year after year, we have a whole host of people that come into the room, get to know what the program's about, and say, oh, but I know somebody who might be worthy. Take that memory with you, take the time, write a nomination up for next year's program, and hopefully we'll have another good gathering of fine folks in Fort McMurray. But we invite, of course, our rural communities too. I said Fort McMurray, I didn't mean to. Wood Buffalo. Before we announce those recipients that are all holding our breaths waiting to see, I also want to invite my council colleagues up because they are a huge part in making this program a success. So ladies and gentlemen, as my councillors make their way to the stage, I will give you a little bit of an introduction to the process that we're going to use here tonight. So councillors, that's your cue. If you would stand, step to the side, come on the stage, grab your favorite chair. First one up gets the best photo op. Not working? When they're coming on the stage, they'll all come around on the, I think it's your right-hand side when you're looking at the stage, and we'd ask our recipients to make the same path. If you come up that way, what we'll do as we're giving the video presentation of your background, you can make your way as I call your name to the stage, and the secret X on the stage that nobody can see, it's a big red one. We're going to get you to come right to the mark on the X, and what we will do is I'll be able to give you not my champagne glass, but your actual award, and we will have you pause and take photos with our fabulous photographer, Paul, who's here in the room. You can come up and shake hands with all of my members of council who are excited to meet you. And then when we're done the photo presentation, we'll send you down the backside out the secret door to my left. No, my right, your left. I'm not good with directions. Now that we've got the stage set, we have got those nominees that are waiting to find out a little bit more. 2015 is a year of perseverance for our region. We know the tough times that are being faced throughout, and we've had challenges that also resulted from that economic downturn. We've faced that hardship, but we never did it independently. We do it as a community, we do it together, and one of the proudest moments for me is when I'm able to hear the news reporters who talk to the members of our community and find out how over the top, caring, generous, kind, compassionate, and all of the other wonderful words about this region, this community, and the way that we treat each other. And this room is full of people just like that. We've proven in so many ways that we will not let that big, daunting economy dim our light. And tonight it shines very brightly right here. The Citizen Recognition Program acknowledges outstanding individuals or groups that make a significant contribution or positive impact for the citizens in this region. Considering the program's overwhelming response this year, it shows that no matter what the adversity, our citizens are ambassadors for the region and they thrive for the very best tomorrow for Wood Buffalo. Often, my council colleagues and I are left in awe of that ambition of our residents and the vibrancy of our people. You really are the greatest resource, and tonight we have the opportunity to celebrate those incredible residents that go above and beyond. To the nominees this evening, your efforts have definitely not gone unnoticed. To those of you who took the time to nominate those remarkable efforts of your peers, your contributions are also very much appreciated. To everyone else who's in the audience tonight or watching from home, to each of you, you are a key part of our incredible community and the successes that we achieve. To all of you, including the Community Services Committee that organized such a very special night for us all, we want to thank you too for making Wood Buffalo the wonderful place that it is. So this is where I say you all deserve a round of applause. Every person in the room, clap for somebody else as we clap for you. So as I've been leading up to it, phase 2, extra recognition, I'm going to tell you that out of a room of so many outstanding contributors, it was not easy to do. And there's no slight to anybody who didn't make it up to these listing of 8 individuals. But our selection committee did have a tough time making these choices because, as I said earlier, the stories were filled with so much pride and passion that it is hard to do this. But I will give you a brief introduction. We'll get to know the recipient a little bit better. As I said, there will be some video screens that will introduce you and give a description about the reasons that our nominees are here tonight. And as the video is playing, I would ask our individual to make their way on the stage, as I say, coming up on stage right for the audience. And what we'll do, of course, as I described earlier, is have them come and just wait on the red X, and then we'll be able to make the award presentation after the video has concluded playing. So the only thing I would warn you is that we're looking for smiles for your photos, so don't be sad when you come on stage, and if you check your teeth, because you don't want spinach in them either, I've learned that before. It is something that, of course, that we would welcome people to take photos, but what we'll do at the end of the celebration this evening, we will be able to reconvene out in the lobby, and at this point we want all of our nominees to join us, and we will take some photos out in the reception area that you were in earlier this evening. And after the formal photos, there is also an opportunity for any individual to take whatever photos they want with our fabulous photographer, and those pictures will be available for everyone to access on the municipal website as well. So with all the housekeeping for the moment taken care of, what I'd like you to do now is to turn your attention to the first recipient of the evening. On behalf of Council, congratulations to Bill Bertschy.
The Mayor and Council toast Bill Bertschy for his work in developing and strengthening Aboriginal practices in Wood Buffalo. Through the Musqueam Legacy Project, Big Brothers Big Sisters Full Circle Mentor Program, and the Urban Sweat Lodge, he has elevated Aboriginal values in the urban core. Sonia Burke-Smith, Bill's nominator, tells us why he is a champion of the region.
Bill works for the Boreal Artist Institute as an elder in residence. So an elder in residency just allows us to go into the community and give Aboriginal teachings from an Aboriginal perspective. When we first approached Bill, it was for a project with Big Brothers and Sisters. And then, you know, we started talking like things like sweat lodges, right? And we didn't have an urban one. And we would get calls, and then he was just like, let's build it. And that sweat lodge is still running today, even though Bill has left the community. He looked at what the needs were and went, oh, that needs to be done, I'm here, you know, call me, I'll do it. Like, he sat on the inclusion board, a very strong advocate for his culture, and not just for, you know, Aboriginal people. That was what made us interested in him, was the fact that it was about all of us coming together and learning from the culture, and being a group and having a positive impact, especially where youth was concerned. I really got to witness it full force at the 2015 Western Summer Games. We had a community drumming group that we worked with, and we built 10 ceremonial drums to welcome our athletes. And so those drums now, the children at those schools that those drums are being donated to will now sing those songs. And that was a really key importance for Bill, was that the drumming, the singing, the spiritual aspects of things be revived, because we're kind of doing a good job on, you know, some of the traditional stuff. But when it came to spirituality, everybody was kind of... So by learning the songs and stuff, there's an introduction into that spiritual side. So when I hear those drums come together, I'll know every year, hopefully on Aboriginal Day, that Bill's been here. Hi Bill, I just want to say thank you so much for our journey with the Musqueam project, with everything that you've done with Boreal and our community. From my heart to you, I hope you realize that we miss you and that you've touched so many lives, and I know you continue to do so.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was just a terrific first recipient of the award. We have several more to do, and I know that the stories, as you see them, will touch you in various ways, but I'm so delighted to be able to do this with the members of our community this evening. Our second recipient of the evening receives congratulations on behalf of Council to Regina Oppon. Regina, congratulations.
The Mayor and Council toast Regina Oppon for her work in raising awareness about the multicultural profile of Wood Buffalo, along with her work with the Multicultural Association of Wood Buffalo and the Rehoboth Alliance. She brought Black History Month to Wood Buffalo. A pastor at the Family Christian Center, she is dedicated to this region and its citizens. Gifty Nelson, Regina's nominator, tells us why she is a champion of the region.
Over the years, I've watched her contribute a lot to our community in diverse ways. She doesn't just do things. She's very, very committed, passionate about what she does because she wants it to come out to be the best. And you wonder, how does she do it? She puts herself in it. She doesn't do it just to please anybody. She puts in everything. I think she wants to see a transformation. She wants to see a smile on people's faces. She just wants to make people feel very comfortable, loved, and I believe that the fact that she came from Sierra Leone, she was in PI for a while. She told me sometimes, she said, when we came, people helped us to settle. So I want to give out too. So she always wants to give. I should say the Black History Month celebration. We never had it in Fort McMurray. And it's something that Blacks really enjoyed, feel like they have been recognized, and it's something that really impacted our community. Now Blacks, we feel we have a voice, and we feel we have been recognized. Somebody knows we are here. I've known you for a while, over 5 years now. I know you taught me how to volunteer the very first time when I came to Canada. You've given a lot. I always told you there's something in you that you don't even know about. And that is how you give your passion, your commitment, and the way you make sure things are done perfectly. We love you. We always do. And we are behind you. I love you for one thing. No matter the storm, we never allow the storm even to put you down. You stand tall because of what you have inside to give. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was recipient number 2, as you can see, very worthy as well. As we gear up for the third recipient this evening and the video gets queued up, it is on behalf of Council that I'd like to congratulate Kelli Stewart.
The Mayor and Council toast Kelli Stewart for her work as a dance instructor at the MacDonald Island Dance Academy. A role model and mentor, she teaches students about anti-bullying, social diversity, and acceptance through dance. She encourages everyone to be community-minded to make Wood Buffalo a better place to live. Bob McKay, Kelli's nominator, tells us why she is a champion of the region.
I chose Kelli primarily because of her focus on the community, and it's kind of unwavering no matter what. She's originally from Vancouver area, so she grew up in kind of a hard part of town, and she saw how I guess poverty impacted the neighborhoods and what have you, and she sees it here, and she's like, and she sees how just by doing that little bit of extra, how it can really improve somebody's life. And it's not dumping tens of thousands of dollars at somebody. It's just maybe just giving a person a helping hand or giving them a cup of coffee. And that's what I see with her. It's just the personal satisfaction she gets from seeing things better for people. If you look at any event that happens in Fort McMurray, some way or another she's involved. The Western Canada Summer Games, she had her own flair there, donated a lot of her time to making that successful. One of the things that she recognized was our homeless people in Fort McMurray. And she's having a sock hop, and what it's for is to actually gather socks for the homeless, to bring them to the Center of Hope there, just because she saw there was real need for it. I think that the coolest characteristic that sets her apart is that she does all this stuff and she wants to remain really low-key. Like, you know, it's not for, I guess, the accolades or anything. She just does it because she likes to do it. Like, beyond her now turquoise hair, that's why a major characteristic that stands out. But just, I think it is just her love and desire for what she does, and she just does it. You know what I mean? And that's where some people, it's almost their job to do it or whatever. It's not that with her. It's just because she likes to do it. Anybody who knows Kelly knows she's a little different, and she makes it okay. And I think that's very important to our kids for our future. Kelly, we nominate you because we do strongly believe that you are a major part of our community. You don't just hit our hearts, but you hit our homes. You know, what you do for people for nothing more than a smile and maybe a handshake is great. Really, I strongly feel that you deserve to be recognized as being one of our great people of our community.
So I said earlier, the kids love her. You can tell her nominator really likes her, and I love her too. That's just a wonderful way to recognize another very different perspective in our community that still does the same thing you all achieve, which is giving so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I am moving on to recipient number 4, and on behalf of council, this time we congratulate Sana Ilaki.
The Mayor and Council toast Sana Ilaki for her work in nurturing and promoting leadership in Wood Buffalo's social sector. As a developer of the Leadership Wood Buffalo program, she has mentored and taught countless leaders in the region. She also serves on the board of directors of various groups, practicing what she teaches. Alexandra Tarasenko, Sana's nominator, tells us why she is a champion of the region.
Sana is a community leader, volunteer, mentor, and just a good friend. And I feel she's been doing so much for our community since she arrived back in 2005, actually. She started volunteering right away and got involved in so many initiatives. And she's always doing something, leading from behind. And she's the person who doesn't care who gets the credit. So I think she deserves to be recognized in this way. She's just a beautiful person. She is very passionate, first of all, full of energy, very passionate about whatever she cares about, and most important, she's very committed. If there is something that she starts doing, she will always make sure to follow up and lead it to the very end. She's a people person that speaks to me a lot, and this sets her apart, I think, as well. So she's there actually to take this another step, to mentor you, to help you with whatever she can so that you are successful. Her passion is to make the world a better place. So wherever there is a chance to make an impact, she just uses this opportunity. And I know there's only 24 hours in a day, but whenever she has a spare minute, I know she always works on something. She joined this initiative, Leadership Wood Buffalo program, so there was the need in creating community leaders. It was thinking ahead and thinking that this community is growing and the leaders are retiring. So she felt it was important to support this initiative when few people came together to form this organization. My dear Sana, I just want you to know that you are a great community leader, a great mentor, and a great friend to me. And I wish that you have all the energy and strength to realize all the great ideas and beginnings that are being nourished in your big heart. Thank you for being who you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is another touching tale in our community. And as I was on stage with Sana, she's talking about her nominator, saying she's the one who belongs here. I'm like, no, everyone in this room does belong here. But remember, for future years, there are other celebrations we can have. That said, I am delighted to move on to our 5th recipient this evening. And as the video begins, on behalf of council, this time our congratulations goes to Candace Sturgess. Yes.
The Mayor and Council toast Candace Sturgess for her outstanding volunteer work in Anzac. Her contributions as a volleyball coach and grad committee chair, as well as her involvement with the Anzac Little Lakers, Roots of Empathy, and Scouts, ensure that our young citizens grow up to become strong, independent ambassadors for Wood Buffalo. Jude Friesen, Candace's nominator, tells us why she is a champion of the region.
She's all about, you know, getting kids to love things, but also about getting kids to feel okay about themselves, and that's a lovely thing that she has. I guess her motivation is always, how can I make this situation better? How can I contribute so that it's a really successful event? The list goes on with what Candace is involved in. I mean, she's a coach for the junior boys volleyball team. She does scouts. She organizes a volleyball team for women. She takes work experience kids. It's just incredible when one person can do so much to help out a community that it makes us others look up and go, yeah, if Candace can do it, that's an impact on us. That helps us, motivate us to do the same and contribute as well. And here I'm nominating her, and she's the first person that I thought of when I nominated, and you know, so that's an impact when somebody can be so involved in the community. It makes us want to contribute more too. I've nominated you because of just your generosity and your commitment to the community. You always follow through with what you say you're going to do. You're so reliable, and we just love you at the school for it. And I feel so grateful for all that you've done for our community, and all the you believe in community, you believe in our youth, and I really am grateful for that.
That reminds me of the old adage, if you need something done, ask a busy person. In Anzac, they ask Candace. Well done. All right, moving on to recipient number 6 this evening. On behalf of my council, I'm going to give congratulations to the name I love to say, Tanya Dashkovich.
The Mayor and Council toast Tanya Dashkovich for her work as a community leader and mentor in Fort Chipewyan. She developed the Lake Athabasca Youth Council, an experiential learning initiative, and connects Fort Chipewyan with the rest of the region through these programs as a school teacher. Carrie Suretsky, Tanya's nominator, tells us why she is a champion of the region.
She is a positive light in the community, pulling people and organizations together to work together for the youth, for culture and traditions, language. She's my boss. She's a school board trustee. Tanya will come in and volunteer her time at the school. She will walk the hallways, she'll spend time in the staff room, she'll spend time in the classroom. And she's always offering to help. She'll set up an area where people can smudge, where youth can smudge. You'll see her sitting in the hallway talking to a youth about what's going on and what we can do to help. She'll help provide that historical or that understanding of what's going on, and I think sometimes we need to be reminded of that. We need to look back to move forward. Her heart is with the youth, and she knows that, you know, working closely with the youth, developing them into different sorts of leaders, letting them gain different skills and knowledge and growing in that, is going to have that generational impact for the community as a whole. Generation of youth that knows who they are, knows their culture and their tradition, has that sense of identity, that are resilient. And I mean, that's going to carry on for generations when those youth have parents and they pass that on to their children, the next children. Her impact's going to be felt for generations. Tanya, we love you so much. Coming from the school, the staff, the students, my co-workers, our partners with Sustainable Communities Initiative, board members from Lake Athabasca, the Youth Council. Everywhere you go, you have a huge, huge impact. Keep going. Keep spreading that positive message. and we are going to be with you all through that journey. So proud of you.
All right, I love enthusiasm, so bring it. We are on to number 7 and number 8. So number 7, you got to ratchet up a little, and we'll end with a great big resounding applause with number 8 too. This time though, on behalf of Mayor and Council, congratulations are going to Malja Najmi-Beauchamp.
The Mayor and Council toast Malja Najmi-Beauchamp for her many volunteer roles. The grade 12 student's selflessness is reflected in her school, social programs, and events. As an accomplished artist, honor roll student, recipient of numerous awards and recognitions, she is already an outstanding community leader. Deborah Kitching, Malja's nominator, tells us why she is a champion of the region.
Malja is an incredible young woman that's very active in the community and in our school at Father McMurray. She's very considerate of others and is always giving of her time and energy in various community organizations and at different school events. She's always smiling, very happy, very kind, loving person. Malja has been very active in various things in the community, the Communities in Bloom, Girls Incorporated, the Boys and Girls Club, the Summer Games, and those are just a few. She's very active in our school with Santa's Anonymous, so she's very busy and always giving her time and energy to help others. I think for being such a young woman, I think it's incredible that she can give her time and energy to kids and adults and people in need in our community. I think that's remarkable for a young person to give so much of her time in that for other people. Malja is always giving of others, but particularly in our Santa's Anonymous campaign, just the love and care that she does when she does fundraising and working with kids in our school and helping others and packing and wrapping and fundraising. She's always doing something incredible, not just for one person, but for lots of people in our school. Malja, I wish you best of luck in anything you pursue in your future. You're a wonderful young woman and you're very giving and always smiling, and I wish you the best of luck in everything that you do in your life.
And this is how I know our future is in great hands. Congratulations up to this point. We now go to our last recipient of the evening. As I say, last is never the least, and neither is anyone else in the room. But for this special recognition, on behalf of Council, I want to give my congratulations to Mr. Baseball Dutch Iannetti.
The Mayor and Council toast Dutch Iannetti for his volunteer work with the Fort McMurray Minor Baseball Association. He is always there to ensure youth are having a positive experience at the ballparks. Jerry McPherson, Dutch's nominator, tells us why he is a champion of the region.
Dutch is really, his drive is to make sure that the youth of our community get an opportunity to enjoy a sport that he loves dearly, and that's baseball. He has really instilled a sense of pride in the youth of Fort McMurray Minor Baseball to let them know how lucky they are to get the improved facilities that we've had, not only up at Ron Morgan Park, but down at Ross Henniger Park, and then of course our new facility down here at Shell Place that we love to brag about. That's largely because of Dutch's passion and instilling that sense of Fort Mac pride into the kids in the minor baseball organization. Dutch clearly understands that in order for us to have a strong, vibrant community, we need to have families that can do things together, that can work and play together. And he knows that it's important to have strong family base here in Fort McMurray, and having a good ball program contributes to that. Dutch and Diane have stepped up a number of times with local youth in our community that may not have the financial resources to register in minor hockey, couldn't buy equipment, couldn't go on trips. And Dutch and Diane have taken time to, out of their own pockets, to sponsor these individuals, all very quietly. I've had a couple of those kids come up and tell me their stories about how he has impacted their lives personally, and he's never told me. But it's been quite eye-opening and not surprising, quite frankly, because that's just the way Dutch and Diane are. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you and Diane for all that you've done for the community, especially the baseball community of Fort Mac. I know you're just getting warmed up and have many more years of contributing to the community, but this is just a small acknowledgement of the tremendous work that both you and Diane have contributed to make Fort Mac a great place to live and to raise a family. So thanks.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Point of order, can we go? No, sit. Never get to tell them to sit, sit. I have something to say. I never not have something to say. Ladies and gentlemen, where I'm going now, as we say, bringing this evening to a close, there are so many thanks I'd like to give. First again, to the nominees, the nominators, and the recipients of the outstanding contributions. My council colleagues and our MLA for being a part of this evening. So you had to stay on stage so I could thank you too. Especially you, Phil. You gave grace when I cower and cheer and just shy away from doing anything too serious, right? So we got Phil, we got that covered. We've got a great crew on council, and I'm delighted with the folks who were able to join us here tonight. And I do extend regrets on those who were unable to be here tonight, but I know that this event is just as important to them. Community Services Committee. Now, I'm going to ask you guys to stand up, because you're not wearing flowers, but you put this whole shindig together. So if we can get our Community Services Committee members to stand up. They're not here? They all went home? Too tired? Oh, man. This would be our fabulous Community Services Standing Committee members, so we're in good shape. Thank you for being here tonight. The One Rec staff, I said thank you for dinner earlier, but thank you for everything that the One Rec staff has done to make this evening the success that it is. And of course, to all of you, I thank you once again for being a part of this evening and making Wood Buffalo the place that I am so proud to call home. Now what I need to do is that technical last-minute housekeeping detail. What we're going to do is ask all of the nominees, all 23, don't make me read your names again, you know who you are, and any of the members of council that I have here, you guys too, and I have to tell myself I better go too, but what we're going to do, as I said before, is gather in the lobby so that we can do some photos. We'll take the big group photo, and after that, we were going to give your imaginations a chance to run wild, and you can do your funny poses with anybody you like, and we'll actually take those pictures for you, and then we'll post them, so make it sure it's not too embarrassing, whatever those funny poses are that you'll do, because I've regretted those in the past too. Now, though, we are going to give everybody else a chance to mix, to mingle, and to take any photos on your own that you'd like as well. And that's about it for my notes, but it isn't, because I'm a big joker. It's true, sometimes I go a little too far, but tonight we have got the most unusual weather patterns. We've seen some rain falling today, and I wanted to give a warning to drivers. First of all, we always say don't drink and drive. You know that rule. Number 2, drive safely, because the roads are going to be a little bit slick, and if not today, definitely tomorrow. Number 3, don't complain about snow clearing. It's great this year. Oops, that was on the list. Number 3, what was the real number 3? Oh, it was people who are walking. You guys are at more risk than any car. I think the parking lot is a hazardous trap, so be careful. I know you got your fancy shoes on. Everybody just walk carefully. Ladies and gentlemen, that draws us to a real close now. Thank you one and all for the year 2015 Citizen Recognition Awards.